Oh look, it's Christmas time. It's that time of the year where everyone gets presents. And you know what? You've been a good little viewer this past year. Here, have this gift from me. I wonder what's inside. Oh, what, you don't like it? Well, yeah, me neither. So mobile horror games are a thing I've talked about for quite a while now. And back on Halloween, I made a video about these games, except they were Halloween themed. So now that it's Christmas, for the last video of 2022, I'll be looking at mobile horror games, but festive. Which I'm sure you can imagine is about as bad as you expect. But yeah, with all that out of the way, let's move on and look at some crappy Christmas horror games. So the first game we'll be playing is Granny Christmas Scary House, which I'm sure you can already guess what this is about. Reading the description, the game states it's Christmas, but you're stuck inside the scary granny house? Best of luck to get out. Christmas Granny is a survival horror game in a scary house. This is the 2020 Christmas version. Enjoy. Well then. And as for the ratings, it has over 240 with a 4.1. So let's now get into the game. And wait a minute, is this literally just Granny? Hang on, wait, there's no way it's just that. Well, alright then. This game is just Granny, but the Christmas version. In terms of what they reskinned, it's really hard to look at them. Every wall in this game has now been replaced with a noisy, bright Christmas texture, and everything down to the items has now been reskinned, including gasoline. And Granny in this version is now whatever this thing is. In terms of the graphics, I also noticed it hindered a bit of the gameplay. For instance, what was once a see-through window to get through is now a Santa Claus painting. But yeah, I'm already going to assume you know everything about Granny. You wake up, hide from the spooky grandma, and try your best to escape. And to be honest, the part that got me confused the most was the reviews, as they said stuff like pretty good, super duper fun, and made me overcome my fear and fun. What? So overall, this game is Granny, but with a really bad overhaul. So let's just move on to the next game now. The second game on my list is Christmas Night Shift Survival, a game that has you hide from the spooky Santa so that he doesn't kill you. Scrolling down to the description, the game states that, can you survive working the night shift at the asylum during Christmas? Christmas has never been so terrifying. It's Christmas at the Raven Rust Mental Asylum, and you're back for another week of work. And as for the ratings, it has over 200 with a 4.1, with the reviews being mixed, saying either good, I guess, or others saying Night 3 is impossible, and fix the AIs, which I'll get back to on later. So just like the Granny game, this one is also a complete ripoff of another title, that being FNAF. Basically, the goal of the game is that you need to make sure Santa Claus and an elf don't enter your door, with the guy on the phone elaborating further.
But thankfully, it should be an easy night. You've only got one patient up there tonight. He goes by the name of Santa Claus.
One of the main gimmicks in this game is that you can block 3 doors at once, occasionally trapping Santa in along with it, which is kind of funny. You can also do things like track Santa, close your office door, and distract him by playing a sound. And yeah, that's pretty much it. By Night 2, there's an elf character, which doubles up the difficulty. Thankfully, Night 1 and 2 are a breeze to get through. But like this review said, Night 3 was incredibly hard, because the only door in your room can only be closed for a few seconds. And even then, you can't close it again for another few seconds. So if there's someone at your door, you're pretty much screwed. Oh wait, my bad guys. All of this could have been fixed as long as you spend $2 to $3 on this game. Yay! But yeah, that's pretty much it. In conclusion, Santa FNAF game poopy. The third game I'll be looking at is Scary Christmas Pumpkin 3D. Okay, that's a little confusing, but whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna be real with you here. I didn't actually complete this game as I only played for the first 6 minutes. But this isn't without reason. As Christ, this game is on a different level of terribleness. Looking at the ratings, there's only 2 that round up to a 4.5, with the only review joking about how it changed his life. This cured my mom's cancer. My dad came back after leaving me when I was 3. This is the Game of the Year 2022 potential. And the other review actually enjoyed it unironically. Okay, so there are so many problems that I want to talk about with this game, but I'll just start from the beginning. So right off the bat, the movement in this game is total dog water. Instead of moving your joystick around to, walk around and look, the joystick is instead locked into position, and the only way to move it around is by tapping the screen to change directions. And even if that wasn't a problem, you are so utterly slow in this game with your sensitivity being the pace of a snail. And as for the graphics and looks of the game, it's just so wrong. This game has just about everything wrong with the map. Leaks to the outside world, texture overlapping, awful lighting, and of course, the monster. And it's just, look at how this guy kills you.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Oh, and also, the monster tends to block doorways for some reason, so I couldn't even progress. But yeah, I honest to God couldn't even get past the first 5 rooms before I just gave up and quit. So if there's anyone out there that would like to torture themselves by playing a game, this one is a pretty good contender. But yeah, with the worst game out of the way, let's just move on to the last title. And as a bonus, the last game I'll be looking at is Evil Santa Prank Call. Now, looking at the description, it does state that this is for entertainment purposes only. But then in some of the reviews, some people said it was creepy and was so scary that it made them poop. So who knows, maybe this is the scariest game out there. Well, the only way to find out is by going in. So let's go in and call the evil Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho! Santa calling. I've been told that you've been a very naughty child this year. Santa does not bring presents to naughty children.
And yeah, that's pretty much the entire gimmick of the game. Afterwards, he then took my presents and told me he hates bad kids, and then I left shortly afterwards. Oh, and before I conclude, I want to give an honorable mention to this game called Cold Call, a 2D based game that had a really goofy looking monster. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's just move on now. And that was the last game. So overall, Christmas horror game bad. Who would have guessed? So before I go, I would like to talk about a few things following this channel. So as you might know, this is going to be the last upload to the channel for 2022. I'm going to be thinking about changing my schedule around for 2023, since not only have weekly uploads kind of burned me out, but it also doesn't allow me to make really long videos 9 times out of 10. Next week on the 1st of January, I'll make an update video to clarify more, but just know that following 2023, I will most likely not be uploading every week anymore, so I hope you're okay with that. But yeah, that's about all I got for this video. Thank you for watching, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you sometime in the future. Goodbye.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and welcome to Christmas Shopper Simulator. To be